Okay, so yeah. Good evening. It is I, your lord and procrastinator. I don't know. Yeah, I said I postponed yesterday's programming to somewhere tonight, yonder. Um, I apologize because, well, I can apologize when there's no one around. um, I had to go fishing early and we were delayed anyway, so it seemed quite moot. And there's going to be background noise as per usual with tonight's scheduling because we live here. Now, I did not finish this for Halloween, unfortunately, because, like I said in the title, yesterday was crazy busy. I was running around from morning to literal evening. That's not in my system because I try to not be running around doing God knows what at nighttime because I don't, well, if my family's around, it's fine, but by myself, there's nothing fun for me at night. So I just bum rush home, get on with the things, and just hope I things run smoothly. So I need to clean up some of the painting stuff, obviously, and add. I was trying to debate what teeth can I have here. Oh hey, I did. I'm sorry. I didn't know I did that. Well, I apologize. I'm sorry. I don't know. Sorry. I have weird voices because it entertains me, but there's no guarantee it's going to entertain any other people. I get what the fuck faces a lot, or the majority of the time, and I'm just looking for stuff to color. I hmm teeth. Yes, right. I need color. So how you been? I'm sorry I didn't hang around for a while yesterday. I had to sleep early. And surprisingly, I actually did go to sleep. I have trouble sleeping, and it was good this time. Oh yeah, well, I want them scary because the other side is already how the other side is already super cute. I like the contrast, but it's a bit extreme. So they're supposed to be looking like this. Oh no, what happened? How? Why is it bad? Is it because of this? I'm just crying. Sorry. I'm sorry. Hope it goes well. There's wait, is it already Sunday over there? Because I know it's ahead of time. And I should try to test one of these fancy schmancy brushes that I found somewhere stupid. Well, I'm trying it. I'm trying it. It's not that much different. It's the last day. I'm done. Oh, you're way younger than me, so you have plenty of time to figure that out. Now, if you say the same thing and you're my age, uh oh. But yeah, the year's almost over already. It's already November. My God, that's crazy, ain't it? Well, you have this month and next month, and then it'll be 2026. So if that's not the time to hustle, then there you go. Well, what did you want to do that's productive anyway? If you don't mind me asking. Or if you're going to say it's private, private. Oh, okay, that's fine too. I respect that. It is. I'm surprised a lot of people notice that. Usually the younger people like, why is this year not ending? And then older people is like, I was just up at January 5 and now it's already November 1st. What the, it's, I feel like the latter. Like, what the heck? I remember just having vacation in June and now it's almost the end of the year. Freaking insane. Oh, okay, yeah, yellow teeth. I don't want 2026 to show up. I don't want to get a year older. No, don't take me there. Just kicking and screaming. But yeah, Halloween was quite busy for me yesterday. I was running around literally since the morning time until nighttime. I was even trying to hand out candy last minute because I felt bad that fun fact, our house hasn't not been visited for I'm pretty sure over 20 years for trick or treating, soliciting for political um advertisements. Yes, they'll come over to the house, but getting free candy? Oh no. I think it's because we live on a hill. And when you live on hills, people don't want to climb said hills. I mean, like, y'all have cars. I'm just kidding. Don't waste your gas money to go up a hill. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Make like a world Minecraft. I can make a same for a 10. Uh, well, maybe you should, like, calm down first before you decide on anything into one direction rather than sticking to five directions. You have time to do that. Or if not, well, at least plan it out and then have some set time to do it next year. If that is possible. I mean, everyone's got busy things to do, so just manage what you can or at least get started on something would be fine. And I think you trust me, you have plenty of time. Even if it is the fastest year, it's not as fast for you as it is for me. And I don't want it to get any like, can you slow down? I'm so flustered I can't even pronounce the what I'm trying to say. Like, can time slow down, please? I don't like it going any faster. Ugh. Yeah, that's the thing I noticed. Like, if you're going to go live stream, you're gonna mess up a lot in talking. I do that a lot, but if you correct yourself on the spot and not be like, "Oh, I'm so stupid," then you're good to go. Okay, but because I say stupid stuff all the time. But I also have to control my mouth and let's process what's in your mind and whether or not I should say it out loud. And if it's something that at least 50 people would be upset about, maybe keep it to yourself. Maybe. And have a crush on them. So I'm thinking, wait, so are you a boy or a girl? It's a little confusing. I thought you were a girl, and then I was like, I don't know now. Okay, my brain froze. So what did I do yesterday? Um, my kid had like this Halloween parade. I think a lot of schools have that where they dress up in costume and you are not allowed to have weapons, blood, or face paint or masks. I was like, oh, okay. I'm not going to say my own personal thing about that stuff because I'm from an older generation and what I think is scary might traumatize a bunch of kids nowadays. And even still, like, they're the ones running the school, not me. So have at it. But I was like, what? You can't even put on a face. But some kids had their face covered anyway. So I was like, you know what? Put on your mask, boy. It's okay. Because he was a character in Minecraft and it had him face mask. And it's like, you know who he is. But then they mentioned after the parade, you have to remove the costumes, make sure you're fully clothed, obviously. And then, just yeah, we want to see your faces. I was like, oh, okay, that was an interesting announcement. Like, all right. But it was a very cute parade. There were so many cute costumes, so I always enjoy looking at a lot of them. I didn't think I would growing up. I'm like, oh, I just want to see my kid. But there's like, oh, there's like a UPS kid. There's some kids dressed up as hot dogs. It was really cute. And then there was like Huggy Wuggy and Minecraft and some Mike Wazowski I saw and the gorilla. I liked the gorilla. The gorilla's funny.
I was a real Minecraft player.
Yeah, and you were a
Yeah,
Minecraft player. I remember.
I was trying to greet all
Onto a
my friends.
basketball game. And lower it. What did I tell you? I don't want stuff on yours. Go in the other room now. I already gave you warnings before. Go other room. Now. Come on.
If I think that,
I don't want to get in trouble with your sounds. Sorry about that. Gone to a basketball game hot in like a high school, but I'm what inner thought saying random. Huh. Oh, well, how was the basketball game? Let's see. I don't think I've been to a basketball game out of my own volition, except for I think one of my nephews long, long ago in a galaxy far, far away when he was still little. Now he's way taller than me. It's pretty crazy. But I'm not very good into getting into sports. I can play them pretty okay, but I have no interest. And it's not like, oh, I hate sports, bleh, It's not like that. It's more like, okay, that's it. Yay, sports, like that. That's my take on it. And I think that kind of rubs some people the wrong way because they're into like teamwork and sportsmanship and defeating the bad. I mean, the opponent or the people that's not from our hometown and all that stuff. And I'm like, I'm gonna go draw over there, and you can do all that fancy schmancy talk. I don't understand. But I don't, take it against them and like, I hate sports. But no, it's not like that. Actually, if I'm left to my own devices, I would just play some basketball by myself. I don't want to play with other people. Just free throws and stuff, or spin the ball on my finger. And then I used to like bowling, and boxing was kind of interesting. And mixed martial arts until I saw some people's teeth and God knows what fall out of their faces. And I'm like, oh, I just worry about cleanup rather than me being, ugh. Well, it is kind of gross, but also, who's gonna clean all that up afterwards? Because I'm always cleaning up. I feel like, oh my God, if I was stuck there, I have to clean up people's teeth off the freaking floor mat. Nasty. Huh. Okay, cool. Yeah. As long as you have a good time, or yeah, that's fine. Just don't be out. Are those games late? I have no idea. Aw, their nice little smiles are all have jaundice. No, that doesn't make sense. Okay, I need tissue. Oh wait, I have one here. Then I also noticed that for Halloween, I still hear about those complaints about Halloween's not the same anymore. No one wants to get candy at my house. You know what my neighborhood does? People sit on their doorstep or their front porch and have a big bowl of candy, and they're like, hey, we have candy. They have to yell at kids like, get over here, we have candy. And we're like, oh yeah, sure. Because other places, they look like they have decorations and there's lights, and then they say on the sign, no candy, sorry. It's like, oh shoot. And the night barely even started. I think they're just lying. They just don't want to go out of the house or give out candy. Like, okay, okay, fine. But it just seemed kind of like, shit. Okay, so um trick or treating as a kid, I for sure is way more fun than as an adult. But if you're an adult and you're in the neighborhood I've been in, if you like travel around a little bit more to other neighborhoods, you get some free stuff as an adult, and I appreciate that a lot. Like you can get coffee. um I had like almond cookie lady fingers. That was hella nice of those people. And also hot apple cider, freshly made. I was like, what? Gimme, gimme, gimme. Yeah, that was really sweet of them. Or that I think one time we went to a place, they had like freshly popped popcorn, cotton candy. Though that one year the machine was broken, but it's the thought that counts. And some old ladies gave us like books and a calendar. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll give me that. They're super generous where I live because no one wants to walk up the hill anymore. They have all this stuff, they want to get rid of it. So if you go to those places, for sure, they are quite generous with their treats, and they're very partial to adults with the children as well. So I was like, oh, that's really sweet of them. Thank you. This year I did not see as much, but also my husband was out sick, so I had to go with my kid by myself, and it was all right. Just you have to be careful when you cross the street. I mean, make yellowing eyes, jaundice eyes. Oh no, that's not. Let's not make fun of that. Sorry, but let's make it a little yellowy. Yellowy. Oh no, it's not Chinook. Well, they are baby looking, but they're not. It's just little twin stars. But I can get the resemblance. Sorry, I'm kind of tongue twisted. I'm tired today because of the fishing. I'll get to the fishing part later. But yeah, Halloween was super busy. I'm sorry I'm going back and forth between night and day, but like after the parade, I went to the mall and I went to Target, I think, and one or two other places, and I went back home. And then I think the night before I also carved two pumpkins, but I was rushing because I just wanted them done. But I wish I took better time at figuring out a pattern to carve. I was bum rushing and I was also sick, so by the time I'm better, there's like a whole bunch of stuff I had to take care of. It was a pain in the butt. And then after the mall, I went back home to rest and I had to go buy takeout to for dinner because we had to eat early, so we go to the trick or treating, and I also had to get pick up my kid, and then get our costumes ready. And I was like, oh my god, I actually wore my Halloween costume at the mall. It's not so bad. There are other teenagers and young adults wearing their costumes, so I felt a little less embarrassed, but I was still kind of awkward because I never did that before at my old age. But it was all right, and mine was not as obvious. I was just a witch. I think the hazmat suit idea I had, they're not gonna want to see that. So I was like, okay, fine. Oh, hey, hello. Yeah. I don't know if I want to put grape. I might make them a little bit more pale. Oh my god, I'm gonna put this in my tea. This is old tea, and put that there. And then I just need to fill out some colors because some of the colors are kind of off. Oh gosh, where is pink? Where is pink? Oh well, I'm just kind of lazy. Oh yeah, let's have the guessing game. What am I doing? I'm just painting, doing some works in progress. I might have time to draw something new on these because I had these purchased at Target, and I was meaning to work on them. Then I got tired and distracted, and now it's already November. But November has pumpkins. Yeah, but I need to actually finish my stuff before I continue new stuff. But I get distracted very easily. That's not a very good thing. But here we are. I need to finish this side at least. I might add. Wait, what color? Oh, yeah, I like those too. I'm not very good at describing the process of what I do because I break a lot of my rules and I cannot say this is the way to do it. If you don't do it, you're not good enough. You'll never be. No, it's not like that. I just do this at a leisurely esque pace, and then talk about stuff, either what I see online or stuff that happens in my life sometimes, and then hopefully it's entertaining to someone out there over the rainbow. Oh my gosh. And there's burping. Don't put a candle on our. Sorry, I'm reading. Yeah, it's there's all nice with jokes and stuff. No big whoop. And I try to read stories sometimes, but I get distracted. I'm gonna try to make it a little dingy because this is too bright for me. So now I have to start adding shadows and try to blend them a bit. Because this is too bright. Let's make it dingy like they've been going through some hard times. Yeah, what's up with you over there, new person? I'm just trying to dirty up this painting so they look like they've been sitting on a bookshelf for at least 30 years. Only 30 years. Oh my gosh. Problem is I have to try to figure out what I'm doing makes sense. But there's no promises. But yeah, after that trick or treating, we didn't go as many places. I'm not as young as I used to be, and then my kid was like, "I want to go home." Like, okay, fine. So, if I was much younger, I would be going to as much houses as I can because I want more chocolate. I want more sweets, and hey, man, some people were just take big handfuls, and I'm like telling my kid, big handfuls, not like not one at a time, big handful. We both have small hands, so it's like, oh my gosh. if they had my husband's size hand, you could at least have like 5
Maybe I'm gonna
full-size
check
chocolate
Roblox
bars.
to make sure there's no errors in Roblox, and make sure there's no
Let me
rated,
see.
make sure there's no C-rated plants.
3.
All right, today is Roblox Gorilla Garden. Roblox
Also, I
Gorilla Garden
have
Day. I want
obligatory
you to
guest speakers because they talk louder than I do. So,
please
heads up.
grow a garden.
But yeah, after the
Please just
trick-or-treating,
like it.
Excuse me, sir. I know you're making announcements, but I have live stream. I'm trying to be polite, but sometimes I sound a little bit rough. After, before I was rudely interrupted, the trick or treating, I asked my family around, like, hey, did anyone show up? They're like, oh no, like, why would we want anyone to come here? And then I was starting to, like, you know what, I'll go sit outside, like, what the other people are doing. So I sat outside for, like, 30 minutes. Only 30 minutes. It was already 8 o'clock, so I was getting kind of cold. And it was colder outside. And actually, some people showed up. Well, two, like, a boy and a girl showed up, and they're, like, looking for people who, like, other places candy. And I had to wave them down, like, hey, I have candy. And then they're like, oh, hey. And they're like, oh, we were like, oh, you're the first people I have seen here for like 20 years. And they're like, what, really? Like, yeah. And then I gave them like a big handful of candy and they went on their way. And that was the only kids that showed up. I live on a hill. So no one wants to climb up hills to go get candy.
Wow, look at my garden.
Oh, yeah, that's what my family wanted to do. They just like, don't give them candy. It's for us. No one wants to go up here anyway. I was like, we do this all the time. Let's just sit outside. It's not like it was raining, so I was like, I didn't mind. It was just kind of cold. But I had a big jacket on, so it's fine.
I can't get this
And we
one.
have a lot of candy already, so I was like, we can't afford to give some of them out, and we don't even finish it most of the time anyway. But overall, it was pretty good. I had to stop because I had to use the bathroom. And I didn't want to go back outside afterwards. I was like, okay, and that's it. I did my part. And there was another house across the street that also had some candy, so yeah, it was all right. But then what else? Yeah, I was hella tired. I was like, oh my god, I did so much. I didn't even like hold a party or anything, but I'm already tired. I'm like, ugh, I need to lie down. But yeah, it was pretty good. I didn't realize I was that tired until like I went to bed and I just did not wake up until the alarm went off. But yeah, um, yeah, we have a ton of candy. I can't eat too much. I mean, I'm more partial to chocolate. The sweet, like sugary stuff, I can only have a tiny bit, and that's it. I can't have any more. I'm old. Okay, I can't be eating too much candy. But chocolate is my weakness. And then what else can I talk about? There was also today, which was fishing. We didn't catch very much, or it was it was not within the required measurements. Like for you to get a striped bass, it has to be at least 18 inches. For halibut, it's at least 22 inches. And if they caught a fish, the fish would be like 17 inches for striped bass, and then the halibut would be like 19 something inches, not 22. If it doesn't reach the 22, you gotta throw it back. I was like, what? You can't just, because other certain people, I'm not saying who, they would take it. They would get like 15-inch striped bass and just take it home. They don't give a crap. But I guess my family likes to play by the rules and not get the lesser size fish. Like, okay, fine, whatever. Yeah, there were some houses that they just leave the big bowl of candy, and there was like some kind of blind trust, like, please take one candy, and then there was some that say, oh, please have 4 candies, 5 candies. And I was like, oh wow. And my kid actually followed the rules. He's like, I'll just take 4. You don't want 5? No, just 4. I was like, oh, he's so polite. I'm like, I mean, I think when I was younger, I was a lot more polite and quiet. Now I'm kind of like, just take it, just take this more. It's fine. Well, I'm not telling him to like dump the whole bowl of candy into his treat bag. Like, no, I'm not that rude. But I was like, just get a big handful. It's fine. But of course, no, no, no. I'm just kidding. I was like, oh yeah, just take four, take five, whatever. Just follow whatever they say, and that was it. And some kids actually followed it. I was like, okay, okay. There's some hope out there for the children, despite what social media and mainstream media likes to tote around. I like hearing news about kids doing good things rather than them always being rambunctious and insane and God knows what because internet's fault, poor parenting fault. Like, can't we? But no one likes to look at that stuff anymore because it doesn't stay in their minds as much as clickbait, rage hall news, and all that stuff. So they focus on that more. And I get so tired of that news. It's just like, ugh, so tiring. And all this fear mongering is getting a lot worse. It's real in social media. It's pretty awful. But at the same time, there is some truth. I'm not saying all of it's BS. There is some truth to all this fear mongering, but at the same time, we cannot be watching that stuff too much. It really messes you up, especially if you go travel someday, one way or another, and then you go to the country where they're talking smack about, and turns out, oh, it's not that bad. And I was like, what? Like, yeah, there's bad stuff, but just don't go in that area. That's your own damn fault. Just mind your manners, behave. You're a guest, and you should be good. And I'm like, yeah, that's how it should be. But the media likes to say otherwise, especially a few, knuckleheads that like to spread propagandas, unnecessary things to prevent people from going to other countries and stuff. But nowadays, where money is quite tight, it's understandable. But at the same time, I don't know. I'm just the news makes me tired and tired. Yeah, yeah. I think there are some kids who do that, taking the whole bowl of candy, but I was tired and I didn't have a big enough bag. No, actually I had one good bag, but I did not want to come off as obvious. And we're not gonna eat all that candy, so it's fine. I mean, my kid probably would if I don't stop him, but I'm like, I have to put my foot down. I can't have you inhaling all the candy and I have to deal with dental bills later. No one wants to think about that stuff. Oh, this is not too good. I'm gonna have to clean it up later on. But the dinginess is getting there. It's getting there, so that's good. But I have to kind of play around with the color and lighting before I'm like, okay, this will have to do. Yeah, fishing involves a lot of waiting. If you see one of my shorts that I posted this morning, it's of a stingray. My family didn't catch that. It was like another fisherman, old fisherman. I think he and his friend or whoever, the stingray got caught on two lines. And I was told it was about 70, 80 pounds of a stingray. So it was too heavy for their equipment. And their fishing line broke. And then they had to let it go. And I kind of felt bad because it was really big. And they always want to catch big things. But this was just too big of a task to handle. So they had to cut out the line and let the dang thing go. And it is a pretty big freaking, what is it? Stingray? And the other thing is, you catch it. I saw the stinger. It's quite large, so I wouldn't want to be messing around with that. Maybe if it was smaller, it's more manageable. But that size, holy crap! So if you haven't seen that shorts, it's like the latest one that I posted before this live stream. Oh yeah, you'd be surprised. People can get hurt. Well, not so well. Fish, it depends on how big, because they can grow quite huge. Um, Stingrays, yeah, they have like a stinging mechanism on their bodies, for self defense. And if you're not careful, you can get stung. I'm not sure how lethal that stuff is, but I'm pretty sure it'll land you in the hospital the bigger it is. I haven't been stung, so I wouldn't want to know, and I want to keep it that way. Um, and then all I was doing was catching live baits for my family, and I was kind of attracting attention that I wasn't wanting it, but it's a tourist area, so people will be wandering around, or it's a public area, so people will like, oh, you're doing that. How do you? And I get questions, and it sounds like I know what I'm talking about, but it's just trial and error. I don't know what I'm doing. But I've been doing it for like maybe 2 or 3 weekends, and it's not too bad. Just kind of boring. And some people would have like a glazed look in their eye when I tried to explain it. But I was like, yeah, that's what I've been doing, and it's harder than it looks. Like the net won't open. I hit myself in the face with the metal balls that are attached to the net because I almost hit a seagull that was flying in the way. I was stepping on the rope, and I don't know. I made a lot of mistakes, but that's how it is when you learn new things. Mistakes happen, and you just keep trying until you get good. That's it. They were chased by fish, not staying where it was normal. Well, if you're underwater, that's one thing. But if you're on the pier where there's air, there's a good chance the fish will not chase you. Unless, I guess, they're those land sandfish or what have you. Okay, but yeah. Also, for those of you sticking around, thank you so much. I saw that in my YouTube studio and in my account in general that I am losing subscribers very slowly but surely. I think it's because I'm not putting up Korean War shorts. Should I talk about that stuff? Because it doesn't really have anything to do with what I do on my art stuff. But I said I was going to do war arts, but I'm kind of very hesitant on making that because it can be sort of sounding like I have an opinion on certain things about past wars. And it's like everyone has. I just need to be careful, especially nowadays with the media. You can't just say everything you want to say, or someone will get offended and start making reports about you. So I was like, oh, okay, it's like that now. I have to be careful. I mean, in general, you should be, but especially nowadays with the what's his face? His talk show was suspended for him having an opinion about a certain event. And then they gave his show back because people got pissed off. But, it just goes to show, oh, you can't say whatever you want to say. We're not land of the free as they want to have us believe, I guess. But at the same time, though, like, it's pretty crazy how it is nowadays. But as for me, I'm like, I don't know yet. That's why I've kind of been cautious about putting stuff online, and I'm just like, oh, I could put more of my art stuff, but I'm seeing a slight decrease, if not people just unfollowing, unsubscribing. I'm like, oh, okay. But it's not going up anymore. So I was like, oh, okay, I probably need to do something about that. Like maybe actual videos, and I don't know. If I can find a way for me to psych myself out into making videos and dealing with the video editing, I would do it. But I haven't seen anything where I have to deal with that crap. So I'm like, until then, I'm doing live streams. But yeah, I probably have to figure something out if I'm losing subscribers. But I'm not like super, oh my god, I'm losing I'm acting all super desperate on trying to appease the masses. I'm like, no. Like, if you're gone, you're gone. I'm sorry. I did not please you. And so I have to figure something out. The other thing is I make this totally only art. But I'm not very I like art, but I'm not like I'm super artistic this and that and I do this and no. This is just straight up hobby. And my kid's super noisy. And that's okay. I don't want to be super I'm all art, only art. I live and breathe art. I'm not like that. Hey, sir. What are you doing? I already told you to lower your voice. I'm sorry, my son is being a little rambunctious right now. He gets excited, even as late as it is. And if you don't stop him, he'll go walk all over you. So we have to put our foot down, especially if it's late at night. It's the weekend, so it's okay, but still. The final destination came true. The other guy. Well, that's kind of a given. Final Destination's always about everyone dies. Or they don't die yet, but they die later. You know, it's you can't fight the inevitable. I was like, oh, okay, thank you. It's not good to watch that before you go riding a plane, but that's what my family does sometimes. You don't have to watch it every time you go on before you go on a plane, you know. But yeah, 36, 40. That's a lot for me. I don't care what anyone says. It's way better than my old amount of viewers, which was zero. I only had zero for a long while, and then maybe one gone, two gone, one gone, one gone. And I would point out every single person. Of course, I don't know their names, but I will just point out, ugh, they left. I'm boring. Oh, and then I carry on. That's fine because that's how I cope, I guess. But that was when I was on my old format with webcam, and I'm using the PC to do the whole live stream. And it took me such a long ass time to figure out how the heck, why do I have such little subscribers and I know viewers, I mean, and they don't do and the few that actually hang around longer were probably my few friends that are super busy, so I always appreciate them trying to help me out when possible because they got lives too. So I don't impose, but you know, it'd be nice, friends. I mean that with love. And so when I tried it with the phone, I'm doing this through my phone, okay? I garner more traction there. I don't understand why. Because I went back to the PC webcam format. It's back to 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 2 people. 0, 0, 1 person hangs around for 15 minutes. 0, 0, 0. Whereas here, oh, I got 12. Oh, shoot, I got 28. Oh, crap, now there's 37. I think the highest was like maybe, I'm going to say like 70. I was like, oh, wow, that's a lot for me. And then I realized, oh, shit, what do I do now? I was so used to having zero people was watching me. So I was like, what do I do now? Just keep acting. Just say something. Do some art, something. And that's what happened. But I basically still talked when there was zero people because, well, I'm entertaining myself essentially. Because if I don't like what I'm doing, I don't have to be here. And that's totally fine. If you don't like what I'm doing, you're free to leave. I'd rather you not, but I'd appreciate for you sticking around if you can. But I think some people got comfortable, and then it got kind of weird, and I was like, okay, you can go now. That's fine. Yeah, yeah, that's totally cool. Whew. Well, that's good. You're keeping tabs because sometimes I don't check all the time, and I think there's a glare. Oh, it's because of this stupid thing. Okay, now I can see it. Okay, so is there blue? Okay, I got some blue. I should probably make the skin more ugly, but I don't feel like it. Let's see. Ah! Oh my gosh, my cat fell down. Oh, okay. I'll fix the skin a bit and then I'll take a break and try to figure out what the heck do I make on this because I have no idea. I always like scary detailed things, but they take out so much out of me. But when I do cute things, I for some reason get bored. I like the idea, but then after a while, I'm like, oh, that's it, okay. And then eventually, sometimes I might give it away as a gift to people I know. Fortunately, I'm sorry. Well, it dropped back down, so it's okay. I'm just glad it's not like zero. Like even one is fine too, as long as you know they don't just like stick around for 0.5 seconds and dip on out, which happened to me so many times. What else can I talk about? Trying to think. There were some Filipino things I noticed recently. I don't know if I should delve into that because I do notice that some people talk smack about Filipino or westernized Filipinos, like those who were born, raised, or started living for several years in like the US, United Kingdom, you know, New Zealand, Australia, whatever. And they would say things like, oh, they worship white people. Oh, they like the Western people standard of physical attributes and how they look, or, their lifestyle and how they live. Other places they look down upon, and they say all of us are like that. I'm like, huh? And they had like a whole bunch of rules. I just saw that on, like, what was it? Not rules, but like what they think westernized Filipinos are. And I was like, huh. Have they ever met any of them properly enough, or even asked, like, why are you like this? Like, have some kind of exchange or understanding, like, why did you were you raised the way you were? Some of the things they cannot control, and some of them that they are, it depends. Everyone's very different on how they were raised. And so I try not to, you know, judge too harshly. Like, I'd like to know a reason why they think and act the way they do. But these people on, I think it was on Threads, they're already writing off westernized Filipinos, and they're really talking smack about them. Like, maybe only one person was talking, hey, I'm Filipino American. I'm married to, a westernized person, and I live in blah. But I don't agree with all of those. Some of them, yeah, but, like, yeah, like that kind of exchange, I understand. But then how they were describing Western Filipinos, I was like, what? Where'd all this weird stuff? I mean, some of them, I was like, okay, some or several, but not all of them, okay. But then they just thought it was like the end all be all of what Western Filipinos are all about. And that part I don't agree with. But I didn't want to deal with having to argue with people that look and sound like they're not going to compromise and understand. They just have, this is the idea, and that is it, and that is belief, that is fact. Belief in fact, isn't that an oxymoron? That is a fact. That's how they are, and they will never change. I'm like, what the hell kind of nonsense is that? And if you're trying to deal with someone who won't change their mind, it's kind of pointless. But then they're like, oh, how do you know if you don't try? Well, if you see how they talk and it sounds like they're not going to be convinced otherwise, it's a losing battle and it's kind of pointless. They're the type of people that have to find out the hard way how people really are. And it's when they go down. And I don't mean like, oh, physical anything. I just mean like, um, they're they're just shown that they're wrong. Oh yeah, that's fine. That's okay. I don't mind if it goes up. I'm just glad that there's double digits or even single digits at all that stay on. And then if they go, yeah, that's totally fine. But yeah, this whole thing about, like, it seems like it's Western Filipinos against Filipinos. And I was like, huh, well, what's up with that? I kind of hear about it sometimes, but I don't stick my nose in it any further just because it's kind of silly to be thinking like that. Why do we have to be so divisive? You know, but I can understand, like, maybe there's some sort of self-hatred, maybe there's some sort of like pangs of jealousy, who knows, different backgrounds, and it's like, how come you got this and I didn't get that? It's understandable, so I don't balk on them on that. What I don't like is when they start, rage a hall, clickbait, whatever crap, and trying to have this echo chamber of people thinking like them, that yeah, they are like that, let's talk crap about them. It's like, you don't have anything better to do. It's I mean, don't get me wrong, I like talking smack once in a while, but then I don't take it seriously and try to have a mass of people thinking exactly like negative things about other people. I don't have that kind of time or energy. I just think it's a waste. It just seems also kind of sad to be doing that. Like, don't you have better things to do than that? Like, are you okay? Do you need help? Like, you don't have to keep doing all that. It's all, it's, you could do so much better than that. But apparently people don't, and so they do that. But I don't know. I just think it's a little sad to have this much feelings of wanting to divide and make people feel bad for things that, for the sake of survival, to fit in with other people. And they don't want you to be like that. They want you to be unique, remember where you came from. But like, I was born and raised in America. What do you want? What do you expect from me? It's kind of interesting how people misinterpret things. But I don't know if I want to talk about that too much because it's very distracting when I'm painting. And, well, not too distracting, but I just think it's kind of weird and interesting. But mostly weird that people have this mindset about Western Filipinos. Like, have you talked to enough of them? Not just two and your relatives. I don't think that warrants as you having sweeping judgments over a whole bunch of people that don't even know you. So it's pretty crazy how people think the way they do. But it's okay to talk about it. I mean, you just don't get super angry and start yelling at people. I don't know. I just feel like when people start talking, they just start screaming later. I just feel like that is the ongoing theme nowadays with social media. And I don't want to deal with that either. That's why I don't talk about it. But once in a while, I'm like, what? What? You probably need to get that checked. Yeah, no problem. Take care of yourself. Sorry, I'm talking about stuff that it's probably not that interesting. But hey, if you got stuff to do, take care of it and yourself. But yeah, I really think it's kind of odd that people think the way like that. But I also don't like talking too bad about, like, maybe they have a rough life. Maybe, they see things like, how come they have to get all that nice stuff and we don't? But at the same time, like, maybe how they see, like, that's not how we are. Maybe they're pushing stereotypes here, which is kind of true sometimes about Asians and Filipinos. I don't want to delve into that too much. That's too big of a topic. That's like essay S quality. This is just stuff I hear and see online, and I'm not gonna be like, I have my information here. Here are my sources. No, this is just stuff I see on YouTube or Instagram, or what people take on from TikTok and bring it on Instagram, and my measly little sense about it, and we just carry on while I have to deal with my background noise. That's about it. I'm not going to be delving deep into the rabbit hole recesses of what is this, what is that. No, I'm not going to do that. There's a whole bunch of people doing that. I'm not going to. They're doing it better than I am. And that's fine. Though I wish I can do more Filipino art. That would be kind of cool. I just know that there are so many provinces that I would rather focus on where my family's from. That's why I'd rather do that. Or like portraits. I've done a few portraits. I just don't like showing them too much because it is family. But I was thinking about, like, earlier, like those Filipino folklore based on my family's province. That was one major idea I was thinking about. And then maybe, like, I don't know, costumes is kind of debatable because I'm not from there and I don't want people going all weird on me when I'm like, oh, that's not correct, that kind of stuff. Though it's not like I never thought about doing Filipino things. I have a few, but I try to keep the safe route because I'm only doing what I know. Venturing onto, like, the unknown, I have to be kind of careful because people do get butt hurt now. You do things wrong, like, that's not correct. I don't want to deal with that. But I also get very apologetic and try to fix it. But for the most part, I don't have that kind of time. But it's just something I've been thinking about in the back of my mind once in a while. Because I do notice I don't do as much Filipino things. And I should, but at the same time, I'm trying to slowly research and deciding what should I do. But it's always been a struggle. And I get distracted with other projects that are unfinished, like this year. Why are you two so noisy? Gosh. Can you kind of see why I'm noisy for those of you who are here and are totally new? My family is like at least 5,928 times louder than me, and I have to compete. I'm an introvert. I know people are like, I don't like labels. Shut up, I am. But because I have such a louder environment, I have to be loud too. And then when they're quiet, then I'm like, I sound like a really loud person. I'm like, that's not me at all. I swear. But then I sound really weird. And I was like, oh God, I'm getting that what the fuck stare again. Back to that mess. So yeah, but sometimes it works. Sometimes I just get awkward stares. I mean, like, I already had that most of my life. What else is new? It's just I don't like awkward stares. Who does? Sir, would you like to laugh in the hallway? So calm down. I know you can laugh, but I know how loud you can be. Oh my goodness gracious. Do you have any idea how hard it is to swear, not swear? But on the other side of the coin, I don't like swearing too much. Like it's like I live and breathe curse words. It just feels kind of trashy. I'm not saying people who do it, but for me, coming out of my mouth and I have a kid, it feels, I'm trying to better myself as a person. But if you have no kids and you can curse like a sailor or worse than sailors, go ahead. But don't expect me to follow suit. But it's kind of hard when your buttons are pushed, let's just say. Now, anything else I can talk about? That whole Filipino thing, I don't know if I want to talk about that too much because I don't know too many other Filipinos except our JR over there, and I think it's she is from the Philippines. So, but I think it's too. I think she lost interest. I understand, so I would lose interest too. But I feel like those kinds of things are talked more about, like Filipinos in like maybe late 20s, early 30s, up to my age and stuff. And one of the things that they look down on Western Filipinos, a lot of them either barely speak Tagalog or they have like a Western accent when they speak it, or they say words wrong, or they don't even know it. I am the latter, but I only know a few bits and pieces of words here and there, like some polite thingies, dare I say, and then that's it. And so, yeah. And then from what my mom said on a whim, she said, I did this for your survival. I don't want you to be made fun of because um, I think she has heard some in like one of her kids. Not, I don't think it was me because I sound like this, but I'm not saying that's bad or good. It's just I just sound like this shit. So um, she didn't want her children to be made fun of or bullied, and so they learned English a lot. I mean, they'll speak Tagalog at home, but it's like not super forced. I know there's some households like you only speak English outside the house, in the house Tagalogs, and so some households will still speak Tagalog, but their English is they sound like me. So I was like, oh, okay, how come I didn't have that? Well, both of my parents were full time working, and my much older siblings were off doing their own thing with their school, college, work, etc. Maybe dating. I don't know. I was way younger. As for me, I was kind of just left to my own devices and hung around my older brothers more or less, and that was about it. I'm talking too much about my business, but I think within circum those parameters, it should be fine. But yeah, that's what I was told. That it was like survival. We did not want you to get made fun of, get hurt, because there are some people that get bullied for being the way they are, or how they speak, or how they look. I'm like, geez, man. But yeah, that's really messed up. I don't like that kind of crap. But then, well, there's some others. I think I mentioned some stories on Instagram in my talking videos, or I'm trying to remember. Oh, I didn't even use this blue. I don't know. There's just a whole bunch of stuff. I should have talked about that during the Filipino Heritage, Pacific Islander Heritage Month, some other. But I was busy and sick, so, and I was hella distracted. And now I only. Oh, they took back their like. Aw, I'll like it later myself. I like my stuff just because, well, I put effort, even though it doesn't look like I do. I'll take a break from here. And yeah, that's the thing about internet. It's very fickle and very finicky. Like you can like be impressing people one time, and then the next day you say something and, oh, I don't like what you said. Unsubscribe. Oh, I don't like how she did her hair weird. Unsubscribe. There'll be stupid reasons why people will unsubscribe, or there's legitimate reasons as well. So it is what it is, and it sucks, but welcome to life. Let me try to figure out what the heck do I draw on this dang thing. Yeah, I have no idea what I'm going to draw on here because that's how it is. Now, let me look in my reference hoard.
Windows 10. Why am I so slow?
Okay. My kingdom for a pencil. This this stupid. Okay, I don't have pencil for some weird reason. That's kind of dumb.
Wait. What's that?
How do I not have? Oh wait, I found you. Okay, Fanta, you've saved me. All right, so now I gotta look for blah. So I'm looking for. Oh God. I have some old references that I should probably do. Oh, there's nostalgia. I don't know. I don't care for nostalgia anymore. I mean, I care, but it's not like in the forefront. Actually, let me start painting the thing here. I'll probably start painting them white because I guess that is a standard. Where the heck is my white? Oh, it's right here. Stupid. Yeah, I've been meaning to just start working on like craft supplies that I keep hoarding and I don't use. I need to start using them. But then the larger the project, the longer it takes me to finish. I haven't even done my card art in a long while because I've done so many, I'm tired. That's my general reason why I'm so. And I try to do larger projects, but they take even longer than the card art. So I'm starting to get a little bit. No, I think I was burnt out. And it's going to happen whether you like it or not, especially if you take on so many projects. It's not fun when you're burnt out and you want to work on things, but just so much stuff is happening. Thankfully, this is not a job for me. That's why I think if this was a job, I wouldn't want to do it anymore. Just because I've been told, oh, you should make this as a career. You should be self employed and do this and sell your art. You know, the government gets involved when you do that. They take a percentage and they send you a letter and they say, this is how much you owe us because you have your own business. I had that very temporarily and I stopped because I didn't like that shit. It's like, I make the money. How come I have to get, like, because it's the law here. So I was like, ugh, crap. They don't talk about that a lot online, even though they do have rules and vlogs, blogs, whatever, about how to start making your own money as like a freelance artist. And there's so many rules, so much stuff. I'm not very smart. And so, but I know enough to know that, oh my God, that's too much for me. And I always get asked, like, well, why don't you just do, oh, why is there a hair in here? Oh, it's the brush hair. Okay. Get it out, you stupid. Um, I've had people ask me, "Oh, you should make this as a career." I had like this that someone said as a joke. I don't know about real joke, but it sounded like a joke. Just to like, just are you one of those starving artist type where you have to sell your art on like the tourist, strip, or you start painting on the sidewalk, and or you do caricatures? Hey, excuse me. So I was told I should do that, or I was suggested to work in animation studios like Disney, Pixar, DreamWorks, some other stuff. And I was like, oh, that sounds kind of. But then someone was mentioning, oh, you have to do other people's work rather than your own. So it's going to be definitely a job, not like, oh, I love what I do, because that's usually not the case most of the time. Not to mention, it is a lot of work and you might not get paid enough, and it takes a long while to actually achieve a higher status and higher pay and more benefits. And that's even if you get that stuff. I think that's jobs in general, but especially for artists, it's very rough out there. So I was like, I'd rather do this as a hobby, to be honest. If I get some money on, just under the table, so like that's fine. It's not a consistent thing, but I've been told time and time again, you should make this into a career. Like, no, I don't want. Like, if you like it so much, why don't you make it your career? I was like, it's because I can't draw. Yeah, exactly. So shut up. Like, it's the ones who have no experiences doing this make the most suggestions about that. I think if someone was actually a freelance artist giving me that encouragement and giving me tips and advice on how things work out, then okay. But a majority of these people telling me to do this as a career, they have zero experience doing this as an artist, self-employed artist. So I'm like, I should not take their advice. Especially if you fail, they're like, you failed. That's what you get. But then if you succeed, I told them to do it. They did the thing I told them. Oh my God. Then they also want some percentage of a cut. Oh my God. I want to see how loud he gets before I tell him to stop. Oh my God, this brush sucks. The bristles, it's molting. I'm not liking this thing. At least the green brush didn't molt on me. Okay, I gotta take it out. This is being a pain in the butt. Yeah, the things I noticed artists don't include is this kind of crap where the hairs of the bristles. Oh my God. Let me go off camera and take it out because piece of crap. See what I gotta deal with. Brush it on again. Okay, and the count went down to 2. Is it because I talked about... Oh my God, this hair stuff is not cute at all. Okay, then I have to... Okay, brush, you are fired. I'm not using you anymore. Hey, that's enough. Sorry about that. I have ways to annoy him, and he's not gonna like it. So he better watch his mouth, please. I know how to annoy you. Mama knows best, unfortunately. You're not gonna like it. Will not allude as to what exactly it is because I don't feel like talking about that. But I can annoy him and I can do it well. Okay, one is done. Let's... Oh God, I'll put on the side. This one. Oh God, is this crunchy? Oh God, it's kind of stiff. Next. Oh, this one's good. Okay. Yeah, I have no idea what the heck do I paint on here. I should probably... Well, I paint with my left hand, my really non-dominant hand. I should figure out what the heck do I paint on here. Based off... Oh my gosh. See, this is why I'm not doing things with my left hand. Stupid stuff happens. But I need to kind of multitask because I have no idea what I'm doing with these pumpkins. And I don't want to leave them bare for several weeks, months, a year or two, and then I got nothing. Because that's happened quite often for me. This is also why I was considering, for those of you who are not aware of... What is it? I started going back on my weekday live streams, but those are extras and that's not a guarantee. So sometimes I may go on a weekday live stream. It's just LiveWIPs extras again. Just this time it's in the weekdays now because I miss my weekday schedule. I don't have to deal with the background noise. You heard me. I mean that with love. And so in the weekday, there's no one doing the background noises. There's no one asking you weird stuff. There's no farting. And so, yeah, it's more peaceful and I could collect my thoughts more thoroughly. But there's no guarantee I'm going to have that all the time. Like maybe this past week I will be there, then the following weekend, following weekday, that's okay. So it's kind of just like, if I feel like it, okay. If not, just stay tuned till Friday, Saturday / Sunday, whatever, what have you. Oh my God. Oh, I had... You know what? Fun fact. I never painted with my left hand before. It's not very... It's awkward. Oh, did anyone show up on my... Oh, no. Okay. Okay. I'm also kind of debating if I should play any video games, but a lot of the games I see, I don't care for. Even the new Asian, like Chinese, like they're trying to be like Black Myth Wukong, but they're trying to amp up like the villain factor and how they fight, and they're trying to add sexy women. I noticed. Not because oh I like this, because oh it because Black Myth Wukong had very few, and the ones that were villains, and so um I was like, I don't know what to play. I don't like horror games. I like watching other people play horror games, but I don't like it myself because I don't want high blood pressure and I'm very boring. And I sometimes have slow reactions to jump scares, but I don't know. But I also don't like high blood pressure. Then the fantasy games and the open world stuff, I don't like wandering around too long. I really don't like doing that. I was also suggested to do live stream game. Oh no, I can't do that. The one time I tried, I hated it because it's too complicated for me. So I definitely will not be doing gaming stuff for a while. It wasn't really that popular. I did talk to a few people, funny enough, but after Black Myth Wukong, I just stopped. I was like, other stuff, eh. I like making commentary if I'm playing around with my family or or cousins, nieces, and nephews, and then that's it. I'm not very good at wanting to play on my own volition anymore because hello, I'm a mom. And I get tired easily, so I'm like, okay, and this is more up my alley than playing video games. But once in a while, I'll like things about video games like the soundtracks. I love the soundtracks sometimes. I would play some soundtracks in public because I don't give a shit. But then there's also character designs are really cool to look at. Um, Sometimes world building and how like their like different worlds in the game look like oh my god, and the costumes that they designed, early designs of the characters at some point. I was like, oh okay. So the stuff behind the scenes I am more interested in rather than playing the game, funny enough. But it's really cool to watch how things come together with yeah, from the music, the art design, how they design the game to work. But I'm not very smart at explaining it because I'm not really big into games, but I like how things come together to make this hopefully good game. Okay, so I gotta wait for this to dry. So this is the boring part no one wants to deal with. Now I need a break from talking because I need some. What the heck is this? Coffee? Probably. Okay. What the heck do I draw? I don't know. Oh my god, these things are so old. I have old. When I was collecting image references of Sailor Moon, that's quite old because I'm not that big on Sailor Moon stuff. Only a little bit, and also they have really pretty art that I cannot do. So I can appreciate people who does art that do art that I either can't do or just I don't feel like I can do it. I respect that they can do stuff I can't do. But I never finished watching Sailor Moon. And that is around the time my generation is so big on Sailor Moon. I only like Sailor Saturn because she just seems like the person like, why am I here? Why you guys keep messing up? Now I gotta save the world and regress to babyhood and shit. Oh yeah, I only know some inkling of it, but not enough for me to be like, oh, I know the lore. No, I don't. Though I am kind of curious about Sailor V. I heard about the Sailor V series. I was like, oh, she had her own series. That's kind of. I might look into that one because I don't like Serena. I don't care. Well, the Western Serena. I don't know about Usagi in Japan too much, but she doesn't sound very flattering. And then, so she was so off putting to me. I was like, oh my god, this girl. Now I feel so bad for the Sailor Scouts always having to deal with her mess. And like, oh my god, she's crying again, you know? Especially Sailor Saturn. I mean, not Saturn. Sailor Mars. She was putting up with so much BS from Sailor Moon. I was surprised, like, she even wanted to stick around because I was like, this girl, she wanted to say bitch, but because they're on a censored programming, they can't say bitch. So I was like, oh my god,
BLC.
I cannot find what I want to. There is Parasite Eve. I did a sketch drawing a while ago. I don't have it on me, but is this dry? Okay, so maybe I should add some bland coloring. That's fun. Okay, hole in the head. Hold still.
Computer.
Hey, calm down over there. It's not like I don't like laughing and laughter. It's just he gets really loud. Okay. If I don't control it, it just gets louder and louder and louder until my head hurts. And then I have a hard time explaining what I'm trying to do when there's too much noise. So I have to compete, like I mentioned earlier. Okay. Oh, okay. This is a lot better. This last skin tone was too pink, too lively and fleshy. This one's a little bit more gaunt and ugh. So this is good. This is good.
Come on, come on, do it. There's no way. Bad face.
So yeah, for those of you tuning in and do not know who they are basically Sanrio's little twin stars. But I took it a whole other direction. Probably some people came up with it already, but I was like, you know what? It was Halloween. It came and went, and I'm late, but I need to finish this project. So, this is little twin stars as I guess conjoined twins of some kind. Okay, you can go in the hallway. I already told you to calm down over there, okay? I can't hear myself talk. Oh my gosh. I don't want to sound mean on camera. I mean, it's not like I don't sound mean, but at the same time. Okay. So, hey, come on. Because when he keeps laughing and laughing, and then I can't hear myself think, and I lose my train of thought, and then I sound not very smart. So, ugh, it's a it is what it is. Let's see. I don't know what to freaking draw in the pumpkins. One option is a face, obviously faces. There's also like a little scenery. There's also characters. I've yet, or just flowers, cute things, gross, creepy things. There's like a lot of things to do, but I'm totally not sure what to do. There's just so much, and I end up getting burnt out and don't do the project entirely. Okay, this looks a lot better in terms of it being pale and sickly, because that's what I was going for. And this is going to take a lot longer than I thought because stuff kept happening and then I got distracted and now it's late and I have to compete with a very laughy boy. Oh, goodness gracious. And then there's that other person. Okay, so, okay, now this side. Oh, God. Yeah, I did not care for little twin stars. I saw the popular girls have little twin stars, and I think one of my siblings likes little twin stars. I didn't really care for little twin stars. I don't know why. I think I mentioned last time they only have like one big toe on each foot. I just thought that was so off putting. But that wasn't really like my big pet peeve about disliking little twin stars. I just didn't really have interest in them. But then later on, as they became more mainstream, more popular amongst Hello Kitty, Pom Pom Pudding, and so on, they had a lot more cute pastel colored things and purple things to some degree. until Kuromi swooped in and took over. But then I really liked some of their recent stuff, but not enough for me to become a fan of Little Twin Stars. Just because I'm like, they have too many things. I don't want to be like, I gotta have all the things. I can't do that. My house, or living space rather, will not be very pleased with me cramming in extra characters of this stuff. And then I notice a kind of fashion amongst those who like Hello Kitty or Sanrio stuff. You either are decked out in like um kawaii clothing and very bright, colorful pastel things, or then if you're not, you have average clothes, but you have like elements of Sanrio stuff on your person. I am probably the latter, but it's not so much, oh, I want to show off my merch. No. The reason why I have Sanrio merch on me, it's usually a backpack or a purse. Oh my gosh. Go to the kitchen, look for toilet paper. Or ask Lola. Oh my god. They have no idea how loud they are. I have stories about toilet paper. I will not disclose here because it involves family, but I just remembered that just now. I will not talk about it. I will not. Anyway, so yeah, that whole stuff about yeah, I'm one of those old Sanrio ladies. But the only reason why I use them is because I don't like the character. That's the main reason why I don't um preserve all of the Sanrio. I need to start using some of them. But then as I start using them, I realize some of them are not the best quality things. I'll not disclose which ones because I can't remember right now. But but for the most part, the stuff I have been using, they've been quite sturdy. Um, like the bags or purses, it's like, oh, okay, this is pretty good. But I don't like how they use their name brand and then jack up the price. That really irks the hell out of me. Like like a $20 mirror. They still have mirrors at Daiso for $225. Pick your poison. So I don't like how they overprice, overhype their merch, and then it's like the quality is not as good as it is. I not all of them are like that, but sometimes, gotta be careful. Okay, this is a lot better now. I feel a lot better. Now we gotta darken it up a little bit. Okay, I feel a lot better now. I was a little hesitant as to what's going on here. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna eat the Halloween candy. While you go fishing with dad, I will go eat the Halloween candy, and it's the favorite stuff you like crunch bars. I will eat all the crunch bars. You want that? You better come down now, please, okay? Now you're getting to the I'm gonna eat the crunch bars territory. And I will eat it in front of you while you have dinner that you're supposed to be eating. You want that? Okay, then you need to come down now, because I will eat your crunch bars. See? My goodness gracious, why do I have to get to that point where I have to eat crunch bars? Okay, I already told you to calm down. You can laugh, but not too much, and then you do that anyway. We already talked about this before. Don't act like I did not tell you this. Hey, believe me, I want to be the cool parent too. But then I learned and realized if you become a cool parent, you kind of suck as a parent. Especially if you let the kid do whatever you want, whatever they want. And then as they return to an adult and they start not figuring how to do things as an adult, that's your own freaking fault. And I don't want that to happen to my kids. So I'm not the cool parent. But yeah, like you better thank me later. Ugh. But I do have some creative punishments, like the whole thing about crunch bars. I think it's kind of funny. My kid begs to differ. Yeah, back to whatever the heck this is. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen them like this yet. There's probably have been some people who might have drawn little twin stars like this, but I haven't seen it, and I want to keep it that way. So I will try to do my own interpretation of horror with little twin stars. I kind of had this idea a while ago. They already have Sanrio in cute little kawaii characters, like I think Pachaco with the uh, Jason Voorhees mask. And then there was also Hello Kitty as so many things, like a vampire, a pumpkin, a witch, a zombie. I think also My Melody had like her face melting off because she's a zombie. I thought that was kind of cool. I might do My Melody of that because she's kind of hard to make creepy because she's always cute all the time. And then I had Pom Pom Pudding as a scarecrow and Tuxedo Sam as a pirate, though the pirate was too clean and polished. So I might make him like a pirate zombie or something, which is going to be kind of interesting. Maybe, I don't know yet. It could be something else. And then yeah, all these ideas I had and Halloween's already gone. So I was kind of bummed out about that, but like, well, there's next year Halloween. I can look forward to that. And I didn't even do finish my pumpkins on time cuz so much stuff was happening and I was sick. Yeah, things happen. And like what our JR was talking about, like this year was just stupid fast. The year is already almost over. It's already November. What the hell? Like it was just October literally yesterday. Also, on the live stream last time on Wednesday, they mentioned a suggestion to like, yeah, you could just shut up and then just do the art for all of us closeted people. I was like, I didn't understand what their request was, but then I was debating whether or not I should keep talking or just be quiet and do the art. But I was explaining earlier that when it's by myself, it's okay for me to be quiet. But then when there's other people, I kind of feel more inclined like, oh, I should probably say something. But then that person then just said, "Oh, just be quiet for us closeted people." I was like, "You know what? No." Now I want to talk. But I can take that into consideration if that is like if I do have the luxury of trying that option. I don't think I do, but maybe later down the line I'll try the whole let's be quiet and just do the painting and see what happens. But I'm like, I can do that when there's no people watching me. That's a no brainer for me. But when there's people watching, I'm like, oh, I should probably say something. So maybe I can do that as a sort of challenge. Like, oh, how long can she be quiet? And it's not like, oh, women never shut up. No, I know when to shut the hell up. Believe me, I'm quiet off camera all the time. But yeah, that would be kind of interesting to try later. I don't know when though, but maybe if like I'm sick and I don't feel like talking, that would be like one way to do it. Or is that cheating? I don't know. But there are options now, so good to know. Good to know. Ah, thank you so much. 1234MH. I was just talking about that a handful of minutes ago that I should just sell my art. The thing is, most of my art is fan art, and it's I kind of worry about people like just jumping in because when you start getting a little successful, even a tiny bit, there may be competitors wanting to point out, oh, that's not her original art. And I do have original art, I just don't put it online as much anymore because there's a lot of art theft. The other thing is, if they have a request, I wouldn't mind, but I don't really have my stuff open right now because I'm like dealing with boring grown up mom stuff. So I don't really have enough time to do like commissions anymore as much as I want to. Um, at most I just make gifts for friends, but I just haven't been doing as much as I used to. But I do appreciate your suggestion. I have gotten that before too, but it's just too busy for me. Plus, I've been getting sick a lot more easily recently. It's kind of stupid. I hate it, but yeah, I do appreciate regardless. Maybe somewhere down the line, but just not now. Just a whole bunch of crap happening. uh, Plus, I've encountered some people that they want art from me, but they make really, 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 really specific things. And then when I give them the drawing, they're like, I don't like that. Give me this. And this is what happens when I do art. I think people should talk about that more, especially those who do like commissions where I'm not trying to shame them, but just an idea of what you have to artists go through for them to make that perfect art for that person. It's like, I don't mind details. Like, give me as much details as you can. What I don't like is I make the thing. They're like, oh, I like this. Can you do something else now? I was like, oh, okay. Give them something else. Can you do that, but do what you did the first time, but mix it up with the second one to get a third product? I'm like, okay. Give them the third thing. Can you fix this area here and there? Do that. Can you fix this other area there? Do that. I like the first idea. And you're like, what do you want? So that's just one idea. There's different variations of how customers are. Some of them are very direct. Some are like, I just want this and that's it. And I'm totally fine with that. And then if you have any questions, feel free to let me know. That's fine. I like that. It's direct. If there's any questions, let's just have like some chat and then you go back and forth, see whether or not it's okay. That's totally fine. But then when they get too picky, or they want a deadline and then they don't respond back, I'm like, oh, what the hell is that? Thankfully that doesn't happen too often, but it has happened at least once or twice. But I'm not a freelance artist or whatever. I just do this as a hobby, and I don't really have like offers or requests at the moment, but it would be pretty cool to do once in a while if I even I just have too much stuff going on. It sucks. The other thing is, if I'm successful and that it does become a business, the government gets involved, unfortunately. And I was like, and you see where all the money goes to when you give them a portion of your earnings. Oh my goodness. So there's always that crawling in the back of your mind when you want to have a business. So yeah, but it would be nice to do something with my work somehow. I just don't know what to do with it yet. There are art contests sometimes around here, and then they have like those giant hearts, or you paint on the giant sea lion, and then, but then they don't reimburse you for the supplies you use, but you get to win your prize money, or you use the prize money to make a donation. I was like, I want the prize money. Shut up. But then you look like a jerk for taking the prize money sometimes, especially if you can make a donation back to the city. I'm like, sorry, my cat fell down and I can't find it because my hair is in my way. Okay, found it. There you go. But yeah, yeah, they have these heart statues throughout the tourist area of San Francisco downtown. Yeah, I live there. But then yeah, I saw like the rules and guidelines to grab to obtain one of the hearts. You either have like a mini heart or the full size heart, and you need a studio for them to drop it off, and then you do the painting, then you submit it by the deadline, and then they require specific materials to use for it to withstand the test of time. I forgot what brand of acrylic. I think you can still use acrylic paint, but it has to be a specific brand, which is more expensive than ye old Target and Walmart paint and Amazon paints. So yeah, money is an issue, especially when nowadays. Sorry, excuse my ugly cough. When our wallets are quite tight this year, and I have other priorities than art projects, so I can't really do it that much. But it's just like some options where, oh, you can have your work seen or showcase if you put it in an art contest. I would to do that with by family as well. It's just there's just uh I'm not as interested. Like, yeah, city stuff. I'm like, eh. And there's always a certain art style I notice that is more popular here than my own stuff, so I feel like I wouldn't win. I mean, like, oh, how do you know if you don't try? I was like, I've seen the stuff that wins. I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna win. But maybe if I do like city related art once in a while, that would make me more inspired to just try one contest at least. But I'm like, I don't like how they expect you to have like quality art paint when you're like have stuff from Target. But yeah, I don't know. I should do city art somehow, but I have to pick things that I'm most familiar with. And even then that's for me. So I don't know yet. Something to add to the pile of stuff. Whoa, how long have I been on here? It's been 1 hour, 31 minutes. Oh, okay. I've been rambling on longer than I thought. And I kind of lost track because someone kept distracting me. I'm kind of wondering if I add another leg here, but that might look gross. So maybe I won't do that. Okay, there is some depth. This is good. So there's hope for you yet, little twin. I think their name is Kila. Wait, Kiki. So Laki. No, I don't know their name. I'm kind of tired. Okay, good thing no, I didn't nap shoot. I should probably get ready later.
I'm back to the yard. Everything is manufactured.
Yeah, I do notice on Instagram. One of the things I notice on Instagram is that sometimes the very simplified arts, um, they get like a whole buttload of likes. Like not even I'm not even talking about like 900K, 50K. I'm talking about like 9,900 I mean like 9,000 likes or whatever. And I was like, and it's a very simple, cute drawing of a dog that's very popular. I draw the same dog, but detailed, or it looks like it's more realistic. They don't like it. Only my friends liked it. And for that, thank you so much. But I noticed that they didn't even like it. So I was like, oh gosh, what does that say? So I might do an experiment where I do something super simplified and see what happens, but probably nothing will happen. The other option is if something does happen, like what does that mean? I have to keep doing it like that? That is also possible, but I don't want it to be the thing because I like this stuff more. Even if it makes me less popular, I like it a lot more. But then if I want to be popular, I'd have to succumb to what everyone else wants, not what I want. But I don't feel like doing that, and that's probably why I'm not as popular as most other artists. I guess I don't I don't do what they want me to do. But I don't know. The only other option is everyone likes it, and I also like it, which is very rare for me because a lot of the things I like are almost the opposite of what everyone else likes. So I have to also find reason to like it. That's also a possibility of psyching my brain out to doing what everyone else does. But 9 out of 10 times, I don't really like it. What are you doing, sir?
Hiding under the blanket.
Are you going to be quiet?
Okay.
Are you sure? You kept laughing too much louder than I wanted you to do, and I told you to stop. You keep not following directions. So I guess I need to eat the Crunch Bar later, huh?
No.
Yeah.
I ate them all.
No, you didn't. I'm pretty sure I could find at least 10. And then I will eat it while you have dinner. Yay. Okay, I kind of have to make the face a little bit dirty since they were on a shelf for about 30 years, give or take.
Minecraft bad cat.
Oh, this boy, I forgot. He needs to be dingy too, but I don't have blue right now.
If
That's
Roblox bad cat
is
was
this
in
one?
Minecraft.
No, this is new. The other one. Oh, this one's fine. Okay. Oh, since people are starting to tune on out, I should probably wrap things up in a bit. But what did I do today? Well, I was competing with noise control with my kid in the other room. Even though he's in the other room, I still have to go like, "Hey, what's going on there? Be quiet." That wasn't the main topic. I was basically talking about like, oh, what happened on my Halloween, and it was super busy, but it was so busy that my way of storytelling became jumbled between back and forth of the day and night. I'm sorry. I know I'm not good at storytelling. And then I talked a little bit about yesterday why I didn't go on the live stream, which was basically me fishing, and then we didn't really catch anything that was okay to bring home because they are not the required size. And then I did have a shorts of this one of the stingrays that were caught, not by my family, but another fisherman and a whole bunch of my like one of my husband's friends and or two of them rather, and another two other fishermen were helping each other out, but then it was too big, and so they had to let the dang thing go because it already broke one of the fishermen's fishing poles. And I didn't really do much except do get live bait. It's a lot harder than it sounds. It's just like, oh, that's it. That's all you got. Yeah, you wish if there's no bait, there's no live like a certain type of fish, which is the striped bass or crabs or halibut. So yeah. Then I was talking a little bit more, longer than I wanted to, than I expected, rather, about like this thing I noticed where Filipinos were making a list of things that what are westernized Filipinos like from U.S. United Kingdom, New Zealand, Australia, etc. And then they had this whole narrow-minded view of what westernized Filipinos are, what they're about. And then I just thought it was kind of silly and a little bit sad that they had to make a list about a certain group of people that they it sounds like they look down on them. And I was like, "Whoa, welcome to my life." Not really. I kind of just turned the other way and just like, well, if I'm not wanted there, I'll go somewhere else where I'm wanted. But I just thought it was kind of sad and kind of not productive to make such a list to be showcasing it around. And some of the things that they were pointing out were not really true. At least for me, it wasn't true. Like how they think, oh, white is right. That is the standard. That is all it is. And they want to be white and this and that. And I'm like, who told you that? Did they tell you that? But it was kind of also interesting to see how this is what some people may think about westernized Filipinos. And yes, I am a westernized Filipino from the US. But a lot of the things they point out, I was like, oh, I'm not that. So I'm not that either. Maybe one or two things at most. And the rest, I'm like, I don't even know what the hell you're talking about. But they seem to be patting themselves on the back, like, yes, this is the list of all of them. And I'm like, oh, whatever helped you sleep at night. But I'm pretty sure 90% of that is wrong. At least for me, it's wrong. I don't know about other people. That's the thing. You can't really say such things about everyone and just throw them in this big box of all this stupid stuff that you're coming up with. But people want to make themselves feel better. Oh, well. I could have jumped in and said something, but I didn't feel like dealing with people that most likely have a set idea. Hey, if you cannot behave and try to talk over me, go to the other room still. I'm almost done. So I just think it's kind of weird that people have all this extra time to make such lists and have to write off a whole bunch of people they don't even know. So whatever. But I also try not to be like, well, they must have reasons to be thinking the way they do. But they shouldn't be writing off every single person that is, born and raised or lived in a Western country for X amount of years. Like, I don't look down upon Filipinos. Other room now. I heard that. Go. Get up. Go over there. I. You don't want to behave. Okay, I'm gonna be taking your crunch bars. You think you're funny and you think you can hide that stuff. I warn him. Anyway, yeah, it's pretty crazy what people can come up with to make themselves feel better. But for me, I'm just like, ugh, these people again. Not them as no, it's just people trying to make something out of nothing. Like, unless you have legitimate reasons and citing your sources. Sorry, I have something on my teeth. It's driving me nuts. They are a piece of work. And I try not to pay attention. It's just stuff I notice. Okay. And once I mention it, then that's it. Like, okay, that's it. Well, am I going to do anything about it? Probably not. But at the same time, I'm like, I'm not like that. So I guess I'm not involved in whatever the heck they're talking about. Anything else after that? Well, despite that, I still want to do Filipino related art. I just don't know where to start. I did mention folklore, like the horror, like uh, creepy creatures in Filipino folklore. But the thing is, I didn't even grow up with any of them. The only thing that came up recently was Chanak and Momo. That's it. There may be more in the future, but right now I'm like, ugh, I need to have some actual fun that isn't just me rummaging, doing my old works in progress last minute. Other things, what else? Oh my, I need to be careful. They got stuck together. Fun fact. Oh my god. Yeah, they're stuck. Fun. Why did I do that to myself? Just kidding. Let's not do that anymore. Ugh, okay. Sorry, my thing moved. And then I did notice that my uh, subscriber count is slowly decreasing. Not too obvious, but they're taking, like, I think it's because I don't post the war shorts anymore. And I think they are like, oh, this is what she really does. I don't want it. And so they unsubscribe. So I was like, oh, okay, I got to figure something out now. I also thought about doing war art, but again, it's controversial, especially nowadays. And I also don't want to, you know, cause extra trouble, especially nowadays when people like to make excuses. Oh, they're saying something. We got, no, I don't want to. Let's not delve into that. It's just stuff that happened. That's it. What else is there to say? But, people like to make something out of nothing for some whatever reason. Okay. And my poor brush. This was brand new. Now it's all messed up already. So I think that'll be it for now. I'm going to clean up my mess and probably fall asleep somewhere. Thank you again for watching. Thank you so much for tuning in. Sorry I kind of went kind of long with the whole Filipino stuff. I was like, well, I how long can I stretch out this live stream? I don't know. And I stretch it out longer than I thought. And I'm gonna go clean up now. So thank you for having me. Sorry if you're tuning in. I'm leaving. You can rewatch it shortly after. Though you're going to hear me keep going back and forth with my kid because he likes to laugh a lot louder than me and talk over me, and I have to keep trying to solve it with telling him to be quiet. Okay, take care now. Have a great rest of your weekend, rest of your evening, morning, wherever you are. This is Delion getting on out of here. Till next Friday or Saturday. Take care now. Bye-bye.